Queen Liana, don't be no Benihana. She done been through lots of drama. Shit the way to 50 llama. She done work. Almost dropped 200 pounds. Put in work. You can't keep this woman.
Stay there. Stay right there. Now on to look at Me Now, the Joy Fit Club, and the induction of its newest member. She's a 25-year-old youth pastor from Los Angeles, California, who lost a whopping 180 pounds.
Her name
Hallelujah.
is Liana Sims.
Oh, so great.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
You look awesome.
Thank you.
You feel free. You must feel
free.
so free.
I feel
Wow.
great.
Awesome.
You know, I
Good
love
for
how
you.
you documented it, because you can really see, and I know a lot of people watching it probably resonated, because when you kind of stripped down and just looked at yourself, you weren't shy about doing that,
You were in
you?
pain.
Yeah.
I was, and I realized a lot of people lose weight and they'll show you the after, but they never show you the process.
process.
And the process makes people feel like it's real, it's authentic,
Yeah.
they can do it.
My name is Liana. What motivates me? Gosh, just the desire to live life to the fullest. That motivates me, to see myself conquer in areas that seem impossible, or that once seemed impossible, or I felt like I would never achieve in. That motivates me. The desire to prove to myself that my life is valuable and that it's worth living. The most important thing that I learned on this journey at the beginning was that you have to have a why. Your why is what keeps you going. Period. You have to have a why, that whatever your why is at the focal point. Your why, and this I talked about this earlier. A lady came up to me one time and she was like, Liana, I need you to be my motivation. And I was like, I can't be your motivation. Motivation is internal. That's your why. Now I can inspire you. And you can look at my story, you can gain inspiration, and you can gain some sense of hope and be like, if she can do that, I can do that. Let me learn from her, externally. But your motivation is your internal drive. What got you here this morning? What got you out the bed and said, I need to do this? What is it in your life that is pressing you to the point, if it's a lack of contentment, if it's whatever your whys are, and that you have to know that and have that at the front of your mind, because when discouragement comes, because it will come. When feelings of hopelessness comes, because they will come. When the desire to give up comes, I was 100 pounds in and I was like, I'm done. Right? Because I was discouraged. When the desire to give up comes, you have to have this why that you can turn to, that reminds you of why you started this journey, that reminds you of why this matters. I listed out some of my whys at the beginning of the journey. These are literally the things that I wrote down as to why I started and continue this journey. I want to be free. I feel shackled every day of my life, both physically and emotionally, and I hate it. I want to be confident and comfortable in my own skin. I never want to get on an airplane again and not fit the seatbelt. I don't want to walk into an event and wonder if chairs are sturdy enough to hold my weight. I hate walking into a room and mentally trying to figure out how I'm going to navigate my way through the aisles and determine which ones I can and cannot fit down. I'm 20 years old writing this. I want the freedom to be myself and not be ashamed of who I am. I want to know that I put my best foot forward in life and came out as my best possible self. I think that was the biggest one for me, like right now. Like when I lay my head down at night, it's not about weight. Can I say I was Liana today? And I was the best version of Liana. And if not, how can I be better? Like a better me, not someone else's standard. Was I the best version of Liana? Did I put my best foot forward, and on the other side, am I cool with the results? So whether it's weight or something else, it's really about asking yourself that question. I think some of us could say right now, no, there's some areas I want to work on, and that's okay. There's always going to be areas for us to work on, but tackle those things. This is practical, real. I want to get married, have kids, and live a healthy and full life. It's not just about the quantity of my years, but the quality of them. I want to feel comfortable with my body as I engage in a relationship with a man, to love and be loved deeply. I don't want to hide anymore. I don't want to be afraid anymore. I don't want fear to have the power to paralyze me. I am more valuable than how I have treated myself. I want to know that I can conquer anything. I don't want to feel like an outcast. And some of these things are just, like, it's how I felt in the moment. Like, you can be overweight and not feel like an outcast. This was just my reality. And I could be skinny or smaller and feel like an outcast, you know, but that was the reality in that moment, and these were my whys. I want to know and experience God's healing and freedom in every area of my life and live as a testimony to his power and glory. I want to shop and wear the clothes that I desire to wear, to be able to walk into a clothing store and not feel hindered by my size. I never want to be on medications. Yes, I still do. I want to be a Nike model. I want to be the me inside all of me. So I knew there was a girl in there that was trapped. I knew like this girl who had this fire. Let's be clear, I've always had a fire and a passion. I've always been like, I feel like that's what kept me going. You know, like, why do I have so much life in me and I have so many struggles? Like, whatever, God is just his grace. But I knew there was someone in me that like wanted to like live and like conquer the world, but like she was so afraid. It wasn't about a skinny me inside of a big me. It was about a courageous me inside of a very fearful and overwhelmed and just fearful me. And I wanted her to be free. It's not that I don't have fears. I actually don't think there's anything wrong with fear. I think something's wrong if you let it paralyze you, right? Because the reality of fear is, fear tells you can't do something, right? Fear tells you something's impossible. Well, the more that you live, my mentor once told me, Liana, don't worry about getting rid of fear. Put it on your back like a backpack and go. And the more that you live, and the more that you go, and the more that you face those things, the fear will decrease. Because it starts to not make sense to be afraid, right? Because you're actually doing and conquering those things that you once thought were impossible. And so what I realized was that the only way you can conquer fear is by living. Like, you can't conquer fear in a vacuum. You can't go over here in this corner and say, I'm going to work on fear. And then I'm going to face life. And then I'm going to face my issues. And then, no! The only way fear goes away is by you living out those things that are scary to the point where you're like, it doesn't make sense for me to give fear this hold anymore because I'm living, I'm doing, I'm conquering. So I say that to say, have enough faith for the fear not to paralyze you from starting, from moving, from going. And the fear will decrease because you will see yourself conquering. That's the only way fear goes away, in my opinion.